Boys, it's time. It's time to have some fun. We're gonna have a good time. Turn this down a little bit. We're gonna have some fun because we got new cars. We got new additions to the maps. We got everything you can think of. So it's gonna be a blast. And thanks for joining us. I said thanks for joining us. I'm pretty excited. I got some stuff to do tonight. I've got some exciting stuff to show you guys. Obviously, as always, I have more stuff to show you guys than I had last time because that's the way it is, and I can tell it is because it is. So, that being said, I'm not really going to hold up too much longer here. I'm going to try and get this moved over. Now, I put on here that I wanted to talk about some other stuff too, because I do. So let me go ahead and try this trail bouncing. That's what we're going to do tonight. So some of the stuff I wanted to talk about and kind of wanted to address was I made a comment yesterday or a couple days ago. Actually, it was Saturday, and I said, "Make rock bouncing hard again." And people got really out of sorts. And this might be an unpopular opinion. This might be, think whatever you think about it. But the course at Rush Springs was not necessarily. It wasn't as hard as I think a lot of these things have been in the past. So it is what it is. But I got Dustin on here as well. So, Dustin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I thought you were just leaving me hanging and not gonna unmute yourself.
No. I was just gonna do an intro. Gonna do a nice little intro here to.
Totally left out.
No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I was talking about Rush Springs, talking about the race course a little bit, about gonna explain myself a little bit as to why I chose to make the comment. Make rock bouncing hard again, which in all reality had nothing to do with any of the drivers or anything like that, right? I got a bunch of kickback from people saying, oh, it's too expensive, it's this, it's that. That's not the point. I am a keyboard warrior, but most importantly, I'm a consumer of the sport, and all the rock bouncer drivers should leave it and should put all of the pressure on the race promoters to make it consumer friendly. As a consumer, who I would say is I'm way more versed in this than the average consumer, it's getting less entertaining. There it is. It's getting less entertaining. So all that being said, do I need to get in a rock bouncer and prove myself or do it myself? No, I don't, because I don't have to. I'm a consumer. Same way I can talk about Monster Jam and tell them that they should do more than a backflip in the air. But that's pretty cool. I'm just telling you what I'd like to see, right? I would like to see two monster trucks do backflips in the air after jumping off of each other, taking it to the next level, because once you do something once, you have to always go higher and better than that. So that being said, no hate to the rock bounce community. Everyone got really upset about it. It's not what I meant. The cars are so much better than they used to be that it's hard to even run the same hills. The last time that they raced Cable Hill, Tim Cameron flew up it, no big deal. So it's not a commentary on anything. It wasn't picking on anybody, saying it's easy or this and that. Make rock bouncing hard again doesn't imply that it's easy. It just implies that it's not as difficult as it used to be in terms of I guess not difficult, right? It's just different. It's different now. We don't, you're not hitting Cable Hill and things like that because people complained about parts and all that other kind of fun stuff. That's not the point. The point it's called rock bouncing. You know, you'd expect there to be a few more rocks other than some piled up on a flat land. So, all that being said, we're gonna play the game because what I can
Let's
do.
put this into
Do what now?
perspective.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Let's put this into perspective. No, these are rock bouncers. There wasn't a single race at AOP this year.
Outside of the one AOP put on, but yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of silly. I just don't know, and I don't know exactly what it is when it comes to. I don't know what they're chasing. You know, like the numbers are down on viewership. The Trail Ride Revolution was the coolest thing I saw, but Berkey and Myrick told me that the trail riding stuff got way worse numbers. Like I just don't get it. I don't get it. And maybe I'm just burnt out on racing, but like I don't get it, man. You know, UTV racing is taking off, but Ultra 4 at the same time is simultaneously dying. Like, I wonder how all the Ultra 4 guys feel. I know you mentioned earlier the JT Taylor thing. Like, it just seems like we're in this disarray, right? Because I really want to see, like, what is rock bouncing preserved, and I want to see it move on. I want to see it last forever. But, you know, I don't know what it looks like in the future, and I'm not sure if, you know, there is a clear direction. I'm not saying that towards any one person or any one organization. It's a collective, right? Like, everyone has something to do with how it looks and how it feels. I'm curious to see where it goes. I thought, personally, after I spoke with Ricky B, I thought, you know, the correct pathway for rock bouncing was going to be like the Monster Jam route, where you have, like, you know, Screaming Blue as a vehicle, you know, like Gravedigger. You have Tim Cameron's Cars and or Driver as like a brand type thing. It seems like Tim's been the only one to really brand himself super hard in that sense. Like, if you know, you see the green and black, you know it's a Tim Cameron buggy. If you see the orange and black, you know it's like Brandon Davis, so on and so forth. But like, you know, I know a lot of these guys don't do it for monetization. They don't do it for money, but what if you could make money at it? And why are you not trying to do that is my question. You know, like, Lauren Healy and the Fun Haver team, they're not supporting financially or anything, but like, they're the backbone of Ultra 4 when it comes to marketing and support, in my opinion. I mean, they're the ones pushing the Bronco. They're the ones who are like legit professionals at what they're doing. I don't understand why people aren't pushing a little harder to mimic that, if that makes any sense. Does it make sense? Or am I just sounding like a jerk?
That makes sense. No, it makes sense.
I don't know. I want the best for the sport, and I don't know what comes next, and I don't have the answers for what's best for the sport. I could give you my opinion, and I don't know. I think Outlaw does cool stuff, where they have 2x2, you know, head-to-head type thing, but I don't know. All right, so I know you're probably watching on Twitch. I'll show you the new part of the mountain I've built out here. So this is all stuff that I was doing the other day, but I've come through and I think I've added about as many rocks and stuff as I want to, because I kind of want to keep this like a little bit of a fast section. But access to these hills down here has now obviously been changed because it's all been lifted up right there. So you've got a fun little like valley climb out of here. And I haven't done a whole lot with this stuff over here. I was working on a few things. Got a little fun climb right here that's a lot of fun. And then got a little climb out here that I was playing with right before I had to stop the other day. But yeah, I figured we could get on here. I'm going to get on here, run the new trails. I'm going to explain what I'm going to do for my next set of trails here, because what I think I'm going to do is get rid of all this river right here. And I'm just going to keep building up and have like the mountain range run across this wall and build some more maps, because I'm feeling awful inspired. And I think over here, like down here in this, what is like considered the swamps on this map, I think I'm going to build a rock quarry and I'm going to sink it all down into the ground quite a bit so that you can have like a big rock bouncer climbs right here and not have to go up, because it's pretty hard to go up and make it like, just shoot it out of the ground and make it look right. But if it's a quarry and you build it all with rock, then it'll look right,
This Twitch is still far behind for me.
Oh, dang. What's up,
That's
Mitch?
kinda tricky.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Here, let's see if I can do this.
You are good. Just gotta remember what you're talking about and look for it later.
Yeah, here. I'll do this. All right, there you go. Now you can use Twitch, or you can use Discord. And if you guys do want the Discord, we're going to open this up to the public, and you guys can come in, hang out with us. Obviously, the stream channel will not be open to everybody, but, you can come have some fun with us. All right, so I don't know if you've seen what I found, but I found a fully working version of this car right here.
Alright.
Yeah, so I have to get some. Like I said, I did. So for those who don't know, Daylight is a software guy, and I wrote a little piece of software that goes and scrapes some places to find some files, and that's about as in depth as I could get into it without being like totally
As
nerdy.
legal as he can get.
No, it's not illegal. If it's out there, it's out there. Definitely going to take the front sway bar off. The only thing that bothers me is that they don't have like standard tire options for this.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, it's a kind of a bummer.
What are those 54s?
Yeah, I wish. No, they're probably closer to like 39s, 40s.
Really?
Yeah, they're.
I guess it just looks weird to buggy.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that.
That's an old mod.
It is, and it looks old. That's the real thing. It looks pretty old.
Yeah, I think the update on the map worked because I found some climbs that I don't think I've ever had before.
Good. Good. Very limited tuning on this car too.
We go bouncing, and I'm gonna go crawling in the little mid buggy. What's with this thing?
Trying to finish this powder coat on here.
Man. That adds some horsepower.
You best believe it.
Don't see any stickers though.
I ain't got time for stickers.
What's this?
I know this music. Probably think like everybody probably is like, why is he listening to this super scuff music? I actually love this music. It comes from the World of Warcraft album, and it just really makes me feel like a kid again. So, suck it, everybody. But yeah, man, I had people really getting mad at me the other day about that rock bouncer comment, and I was kind of surprised because. I mean, granted, the people that were getting mad at me were like, Berkey, Jake Pike, like people who race. And like, yeah, that's fine. Like that's cool. I would expect them to get mad at it because they're so heavily vested in it. But, if it's not fun to watch, it's not fun to watch. Jorge, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, at what point is the consumer... Because, I called, like, keyboard warrior and someone who had never done anything. And you're right, I don't want a rock bouncer. I don't want to do that. But also, at the very same time, if you want this sport to continue, it needs funding. It needs to be able to be monetized. And people have to want to watch it. And I've talked to the people. Not as many people are watching as they used to be.
No, not even close.
And it's not just.
Go look at an event from 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
2022.
And I mean, that's 5 years ago, right? Sounds like a long time, but it's really not that long ago. What was the difference? I'm being serious. What was the difference? Were the hills harder? I mean, was there more bouncers? There's plenty of people now.
I would say it's more entertaining. Really hard to, I don't know.
That's the issue, right? Is it's hard to put your finger on why it's not the same, because they're running. I mean, 9 times out of 10 they're running the exact same hills because they don't ever change it up really. But once they find something that's like super spectator friendly, it works, right? Like you don't fix something that's not broken. It just seems like general interest has gone down, and I would say that it's a little harder to not enjoy. I don't know how to maybe explain it. The wow factor is lost on some of the UTV stuff, right? Because nothing's going to be more impressive than 4,000 horsepower and 43-inch tall tires and this and that. Like, there's not much more that's more impressive than that. But I don't know. I think everyone has a UTV. I just don't know how you figure it out. I'm glad it's not my problem to figure out.
Yeah, it's something that needs to be figured out. That's the issue.
It's true. Alright, so on this new version of the map, and dude, once this map gets done, it's gonna be killer. Like, I'm really excited for that. I actually wake up thinking about this map, trying to finish and figure it out. The only thing I hate about these cars is the transmission. It sucks. Like, it's not like they have a sequential transmission in here. Justin, thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the like, buddy. Now, the real fun with this trail is when you hit it at speed. Mike Thompson, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. So what I wanted to do actually today was I wanted to run a couple trails, show you guys some of the new stuff, and then I wanted to build bouncer hills. That was my next thing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build bouncer hills right here. Off this piece right here. Pretty much have a ton of just ledges and walls I could make here. But what that does mean is that I'm actually going to end up cutting off this entire section of the river, which I'm totally fine with. I'm not really concerned about it. I'm going to keep my waterfall, but I think this can get pretty good. And I'm actually going to copy the race hills from the Windrock Southern Rock Racing Series this year. So I've started to think more about copying things that I know work and adding my own flavor to them, rather than trying to completely off inspiration build something, because it just takes me forever to build something completely off inspiration. Bomber goes ham. Goes ham, and then I drive it immediately off a cliff.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. I need to get that out and do some tuning.
Yeah, it'd be pretty gnarly when it gets figured out.
Do that right now.
I was telling Dustin, I think the UFO car might be the most capable car I have found for sure, though.
It's got nothing on the little piece that I put together.
Oh, the long truck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you got so much horsepower in that thing.
Just the LSX. Until I got the 802 Supercharger. Nothing crazy, dude.
But all of these trails over here, they have good flow to them. The only issue on some of these is like visibility,
Yeah.
but it's all right. I'm gonna lay some trees in that should help quite a bit. Like you don't know how weird something feels until you don't have trees on it. Because when you put trees, it just like it feels right. I'm gonna bring that up just a little bit here. And also, I want to say too, like I'm super thankful that I got to go work with the National Rock Racing Association. I hope nobody like hears what I have to say about that and thinks that I'm against it or anything like that. I'm really not. I had a blast, and I think that rock balancing is awesome and cool. I'm just curious what the future holds for it. Like it's worth asking, like what does the future of this sport look like? Because does it look like XRRA where you have, two head-to-head people? Does it look more like Ultra 4, kind of the way it's going right now? I mean, what does it look like? I don't know. So I have found in my infinite wisdom in designing maps that rocks are very good deterrent for like trails. Like if you see on screen, I have this piece here where we have almost a 90-degree turn. It's very nice to have rocks right there because if you have like a big hill, sometimes you just don't like in your head you don't like turn. If that makes any sense. That kind of sounds redundant, but like you won't turn straight up. So I'm gonna drop in some big rocks here and make this a little bit of a rough turn. Don't want that one. That'll be fine. We'll just make this like a super hard edge coming out of here. Plant some bushes. And we'll put some bushes huge. That's a little much. Also, when you're planting trees, it's always best to have that thing cranked up to 100 because it's really hard to get them exactly where you want them if they're not at 100. And I'll tell you this too, while you're designing, Control Z is your best friend. It will undo, if you put trees down, it's not exactly how you want them. You can literally, like if you watch, put trees down, actually those are kind of where I want them. So you can do two things. You can Control Z, and it will completely undo that step, or you can drop them. And so you see how this tree is kind of in the trail. You can go up here to the select item, and you can actually grab this tree. So the only time that you can grab vegetation you lay like this, like if you see, for example, I can select all these trees. It's because I'm under forest tools and I have the select item. This is paint. This is how I put the trees down. This is erase. If I click now, I'll erase what I've laid with the forest tool, which is all this stuff. The forest tool is good for planting things at like a high volume. So some trails I will go through and drop every single rock by hand, but obviously that's pretty redundant sometimes and it's really annoying. So sometimes I don't do that. And tree stumps kind of suck sometimes because for example, tree stumps and ECA rock small, Like if you have it set to 100 density, it literally will fill the entire thing with rocks. And it's very inconvenient. So if you're ever going to do something small, like tree stumps or small rocks or something like that, or like garbage, it always make the density less. So we'll get back in here and we're gonna put some more trees. Now also, fun fact, anywhere that is a high speed section, don't put trees close to the trail because you're gonna be mad when you run into them later. And
Who would have thought that?
they're very annoying, extremely annoying. And yes, who would have thought? But you'd be surprised how many maps I have to go through, and I'm like, this is a great map, but I'm so tired of hitting these trees that I'll just take them out, or I'll scoot them off and do something else with them.
You're just driving too fast.
You know, that's the fun part of the game, right? Just driving fast.
No, you got it wrong.
48. And it's good to make them look a little inconsistent too, like as you're going down everything, kind of spread them out, leave holes in there and stuff like that.
This bomber.
What's
likes
that?
To drop out. The front of this bomber likes to drop out like all the way.
Oh yeah.
Get that figured out.
And also, it's always good to add height to your trees. Like I got some bushes and stuff in there, and there's like a level of trees, but add some tall ones in, and then add some brush in there just to make it look a little less.
Paint with it.
Yeah, you know, somebody's got to be. It's not always me, but sometimes it's me.
That is.
Put a little flavor in there, and then, yeah, that'll work. Put a big oak tree on top of here. Too big. And now, we'll close this out. And to get to this menu, it's F11. So I'm going to run that same trail section I was running earlier, but I'm going to run it now with all the trees in there, and you'll be able to get a clear difference of the feel. Feels different, feels better. Feels more just like polished. Also, like, let me run that back actually. See if it'll, let me go backwards here. So I had an issue about visibility, right? So like when you make these kind of like blind turns and jumps, it is hard to see where you're going, and you can like jump yourself off the map. So right here in the middle of the screen, where this one is, I was having an issue where I was coming up off of it and kind of overshooting the actual trail. So when you come up, having this rock here, it kind of forces you to slow down because, you know, you see the trees here, so you know you need to go this way. And having this rock here makes you slow down, and it fixes the visibility issue. Because as I come up, I pretty much have to stop. You know, I have an idea of where everything is, but I have to stop too. I found that like taking time and doing the vegetation right is much better. Like something that was plain and just flat, now there's a clear, you know, there's a clear boundary, and there's actually a trail like right beside here. But because we've put trees in a certain way, and because we've laid the terrain out to like hide it, you wouldn't even know that it's over there, and it creates a totally different experience when you go jump on this trail over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull this up on the terrain side, give it just a little bit more love here. Change to the circle, small, and I'm going to smooth out a little trail here. And I'm going to smooth some of this stuff out, smooth this out, flatten this back down because I kind of made this not flat Smooth it out. Alright, now, so So this tool up here is called the Decal Road Editor. This is a cool one because you can add roads, change where they are, all that kind of fun stuff. I'm probably not going to be on for too much longer. Anyways, by the way, busy life, dude. So I'm going to grab this node on the road, and you'll see it'll open up this inspector for the road stuff. Let me move this. And there's this button called Split Road right here. So I'm going to click Split Road. And the road that I'm moving is literally actually just like the dirt path. So if you see there, you see how there's a dirt path kind of broken. I'm going to press Control Z to redo it. And I'm going to click this node right here. I'm going to hold down Alt on my keyboard. And I'm going to make a couple clicks.
Crazy.
And then I'm going to feed it back into this trail. Like that.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, now since this is a different kind of trail here, like a different kind of decal road, I need to get this one. And I'm gonna... So you see how it's all like messed up right there? Just gotta move that out.
Yeah, a little bit. Right.
So when it was like folded up underneath itself, it will not show the rest of the road. So now when I go out of the editor, it looks like it's kind of normal, right? Like it kind of looks weird, kind of normal. I'll go to the terrain tools over here, terrain painter, go to, get this up here, terrain painter, and then I'll choose dirt_grass. I'm going to color this in just a little bit. I'm going to get some dirt and put dirt under the road, kind of darken it up just a little bit. And then to make it fun, I have a lot of these are custom textures that I've made too, and they're all in the map too. So if you want them, you're welcome to them whenever the map comes out. And I'm just going to make this a little muddy, so that way when you come through, you might get a little splash of mud there. And now you've got a crossover. So now you can hit both trails. And like I said, when you come down the trail, you can see this way like where it goes, and you can see this one, and you can kind of see how it's going to feed you back into it in another trail. When in reality, you can also, if we wanted to make it kind of like split again, we could split the road here again, and then we can feed our road to go this way now too. So now it's got two different ways to do this.
Crazy.
And there we go.
Just like that.
Just like that. Now what happens is, you can leave, like this has like the road over rock, so we don't want that just because it looks goofy. We'll just put some dirt underneath there, and then voila, fixed. This is the stuff that I'm going to make a video about, like a more formal video. Just takes forever. Gotta have some time. Dude, work's been absolutely insane. It's crazy, man. It's all my time. It's just getting taken away. Taken away.
Something I don't understand is I just loaded up some of the mods that I had saved, and like none of them are the way I had them.
Talking about the configurations?
Yeah, like the engines are gone, wheels and tires are gone.
I don't know.
Cool.
Anyways, I'm going to spend a few minutes. What's up, Cole? It's good to see you, buddy. I'm excited to play with you, bud. Seriously, super excited to play. So for those who don't know, do know, I have had like, I don't know, 15 people, 20 people reach out to me about buying a computer. Hang on, I'll do that. I'll explain what I'm doing here. Buy a computer. So we're going to have a hell of a community here in a little while playing some games with this man. And just so you guys know, as always, I will be releasing this map to you guys so that y'all can play it in your downtime. You don't have to wait on me. As I've said before, there's some of the mods that I cannot release because they're not mine. But you can go find them. So that's how I'll say that. Okay, so back to the forest tools, and I showed you the select item earlier. I showed you the paint earlier. So this is the erase. You'll see I got a nice red circle. I'm gonna keep that because it's a little house that I built last night. It's gonna be like our little rock bouncing headquarters, and we're gonna build all our rock bouncing trails down here. So first thing I want to do is clear all this crap out, because having forest elements underneath the terrain can sometimes cause like a glitching issue where like the ground will sometimes like just disappear. So we don't want that.
Yeah.
Cole said, man, I can't get Steam to work after I downloaded it. I will eventually get it figured out. Yeah, let me know what problem you're having. I could probably help you out, man. If it's a login issue or if you're trying to download the game, just let me know. We can get it squared away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the terrain tool, click erase. I've got it set on density 100. And I'm just going to get all this stuff out of here. Everything out of here. I'm going to be careful to not delete my stuff that I've made. But all the trees are gone. Okay. Beautiful. So I can actually, I don't know what that river is. That's the river I want to keep. Is this the, man, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so the way that my map is set up is I have like an ocean floor, basically. So if you see here, so here's one of my big mistakes, right? I didn't delete all my forest stuff when I made this mountain. So now when I come through and like try and delete this stuff, I can't delete it. So it all just lives underneath my mountain. So that's why you don't do that, guys. Okay. All right, terrain. Going to make it a square. I'm going to make it big. And I'm going to make it like 40 pressure. And I'm going to bring all this up. Because my hills should end up somewhere over here. I'm gonna make some pretty gnarly boys for sure. And like I said, guys, I'm not gonna stream for too terribly long tonight. I've been sleeping like crap. Yeah, it's just been hard to sleep. No particular reason, but just it's like having a kid, dude. You just don't ever sleep the same. Sleep like a couple hours a night, and it's like you got 30 hours of sleep. So I'm trying to get it figured out, but also I drink a ton of, coffee and stuff like that to keep me alive. Okay, so the square tool is good if you want like ledges and stuff kind of built into your hill. Now I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna immediately destroy all these ledges. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the slope tool, put it on circle. Actually, I'll put it on, let's see what happens. And what it's going to do is it's going to try and like smooth all the edges and stuff out, make it flat. So Leslie Foster, that bouncer you had pictures in the Facebook post, does that mod actually work? I think I've downloaded it before and it catches fire when it spawns. Hey Leslie, yes, but you'll have to go to multiplayer server, and they have their own version of it. Just go look for some of the off-road multiplayer servers and see if you can find it. That's how I have been instructed to make people aware on how to find things. So to not piss off the people that are kind enough to let me stream their stuff. That's how I've been told to advertise it. But yeah, it's a different version. Alright, so now that I have my nice smooth slope, we're going to chop some of it down. Leslie says, got it from the forums, can't remember which one though. Yeah, check out multiplayer. Multiplayer's got some very interesting things out there. That's what I'll kind of say about that. the flatten tool is very good for making hills. Because you can build these like artificial ledges and they kind of stagger.
Layers.
Yeah, but what you can really do with it, this is nice, is you can kind of like smooth this specific layer, make a little ledge out of it, smooth this one, which again, it's kind of goes back and forth a little bit, right? Like you kind of got to know what you want to build out of it. And like I said, I'm going to try and build some of the Windrock Hills, but we'll actually see how that actually turns out. Don't know if it's actually going to turn out the way I want. That's just where I'm going to kind of base some of my, like I said, my inspiration from.
You use something like Dirty Turtle too, with the concrete wall and everything.
Absolutely. And there's actually concrete. There's concrete walls in this game that you can get from other maps, and you can actually drive up concrete. The first map I ever made was like mountains with like concrete ledges and things like that. It's a lot of fun, but alas, I lost it to a bad file save.
Oh no.
Yeah, it happens. Leslie says, what rig do you like to run the most? Honestly, there's a bunch. There's a bunch. I have recently found the Bomber. The Bomber works really well. I like my trail trucks. Also, do you use steering wheel or just controller keyboard? Check this out. There's my steering wheel. It is a PlayStation USB compatible, and I use steering wheel and gas pedal because I really like the authenticity of it all. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, actually. So if you see here, I kind of went through, made the ledges a little goofier, and now I'm doing the ledges again, smoothing this out, and I'm going to come through and I'm going to start cutting some actual hills, but I'm going to kind of make a bowl out of this and lower out the middle section here. Kind of something like that, maybe. We'll see. And I'm going to start bridging this gap here. Cool. I have found too that it's kind of hard, like if it's not the right like texture, it's kind of hard to see what you want out of it. Leslie says, what brand? I've been wanting one for Beam and all the other racing games. I play racing games with a controller. Now Dustin plays with a controller on everything, right?
Not everything.
Well, like you play Beam with this, or Beam with the controller.
Pretty much the only game I play on PC anymore because I burned myself out in iRacing and stuff.
Understood.
I would probably play iRacing a lot more, but I use my computer for school, and I don't really want to my wheeler work around it every single day.
True.
So, yeah, I don't really try hard at Beam. You know, like I shift like probably way more than I need to, but
yeah, Beam is this is relaxation stuff.
I'm climbing the legit wall with that UFO car that I can't believe it's climbing.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it's one of the first times. It was like one of the first quote unquote bounty hills that you made. It's all slick mud, and then there's like two logs next to it, or like you drive in between two logs.
Drive between two logs. Is it this one?
Yeah.
Over here?
No, not that one.
Not this one.
Yeah, over there to the
left.
left.
This guy. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, go straight up from that.
Yeah.
Like straight up, I'm going right at the middle of that.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That's the money shot.
All the way to the top.
Are you going out right here?
There, yeah.
Wow.
I'm in that right now.
It goes into a lake or a river.
I've been in there a couple times.
Nice. That's impressive. I'm gonna have to make it harder.
Right. No, it's okay.
Alright. Now what's cool, you guys that are watching, in a couple days, whenever I finish this and get back on stream, you guys are going to see where it started, and you guys are going to see where it ends, and it's going to be pretty cool.
Limit time.
Is there a way to play your maps? So I'm going to make these maps public after I'm done with them. I'll be honest, I probably won't be done with this one for a while, just because I really want it to be good. This will be my first one that I'm actually going to publish, and I'd like for it to be complete, and I kind of made a mistake about making it. I started with an enormous map. It's literally huge. So I've got a lot of space to fill, and I've got a lot of different ideas that I want to do. So I will keep everybody posted kind of when I plan on making it public, but as for right now, I'm just hanging out. Yeah, dude, that muddy log area is killer.
It's a cool area.
Yeah. I'm kind of making just like a step up right now, so it's not really what I had in mind, but
I gotta figure out what happened with my mods. A little concerning. I noticed some of my tires are gone too.
Sweet. Cole says he got his Steam fixed. Good deal, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Whew, I'm going to go here in a minute, man. I'm tired. I just like, anytime I get to myself that I like want to enjoy, it's like, damn, dude, I'm beat. Let's try this. See how this one little. What's your top recommendation spot to download mods? The repo and multiplayer. Just go check out multiplayer and go find a. Let me get rid of this car because it's really loud. Yeah, just go jump into a multiplayer server somewhere and see what you think. I downloaded a bunch of monster trucks.
I was huge into those for a while. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, these are cool. Does downloading mods to multiplayer transfer to your single player? Yes. There's a little bit of a process to make that happen. And I'd be happy to make a video about how to do that. Because you got to go to a certain folder and bring them over to your main folder. But I might do that in the future. Was the Outlaw Buggy the bottom that you saw on Discord? Yes, that was the Outlaw Buggy. Here, I'll show you the Outlaw Buggy, actually. Now, I will tell you that, again, I messed with the code in this file, and I have, like, it has, like, 30,000 horsepower. So, this is not the same machine that you'll get.
Only 30,000.
Yeah, it is a pretty sick car, though, because it's got a rear steer that actually works properly, and it's got working, like, good suspension. So, but it's super loud, and it's got a ton of power. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make this climb harder. Cole says this area is sick, dude. Don't just wait till I'm done. Like it's way too easy right now.
The vehicles are just getting better. That's kind of the issue.
Well, like I said, I initially built this map to have
like a brawler.
Yeah, like a 37-inch tall pickup truck. So take all this with a grain of salt.
I don't get what happened to my mods. It's really concerning me.
Thanks for following the stream, Leslie. I hope to see you again sometime, buddy. Nick Yost, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that too. I'm trying to think if I remember if there's like anything that you need to like do to see if you're like losing configurations, like what it might be. I don't remember. I'll look it up. You can always go to the forums too. The forums are pretty helpful.
Sucks a lot, but
yeah, this little outlaw car for multiplayer servers. Is there a way to just hill climb and bounce stuff? A lot of multiplayer servers, they'll just let you do whatever you want. But in terms of, you know, multiplayer servers that are built with a map like this, there's some out there, but not a lot. Utah Remastered is a really good map if you're looking to do some of that. That's a fairly decent, I feel like, intro climb to this area. Did you lose all your mods? Or all your configurations?
well, yeah, pretty much, which is really weird. Well, so like I still have like 30 mods that are active. Like I had wheels and tires. The wheels and tires and the motor and stuff's all different. It's all back to stock. So I'm looking at my mod folder right now.
Yeah, it sounds like something. It sounds like you took some mods, like got that taken out somehow, because it'll only change it if it can't find them. I'm going to bed. Work comes earlier. Is there a way you can post a link to your mod location and chat or in that steering wheel, please? And thank you. Awesome stream. Yeah, man. I'll post some stuff tomorrow on Facebook, or Facebook and all that kind of fun stuff. And I'll do a stream sometime. Explains kind of where to find everything. And also, you know, where you can get, you know, what kind of stuff I actually run myself. And Dustin, if you want to make a recommendation on like game controllers, you're more than welcome to send me some information, and I'll add it in there as well, because I just never even used them.
I'm using a $15 USB controller that I got off Amazon.
That'll work.
So
That'll work.
I have to have nothing fancy, but
Thanks, Leslie. I appreciate it, man.
I got a buddy that has like a $250 controller for his PC, so
It's probably not what I would spend my money on, but I get it.
that's all he does, game stuff. Got so many buttons on it, it's ridiculous. Plays like all Call of Duty and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whole like backside of his controller's got. What you do when you're legit, I guess, huh?
Wouldn't know about it.
bouncer's putting in work over there.
Yeah, trying to, trying to make this stuff hard. It's hard to make hard trails when the cars are so good.
Get that. Man, this is tough. I don't. Get it. Is there a way to combine two local disk files?
Two local what files?
I have two local disk files, so I have like a C, a G, and an H.
No.
Like a lot of my stuff is in C, and it's almost full. And I have two others that are got.
You can use the other ones to store stuff, but what I would do is like all your Bing files be on C, and then all your other game
That's what
files.
I'm trying to make sure they're all together.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what happened. If it still got 20 gigs on the one that most of us on, but I don't know if it switched it to another. Somehow.
All right, everybody. I'm about to go to bed. Go to bed, man. I'm tired. Too young to be feeling this old. Alright, a little bit more. No, I'll go. Wife's probably mad at me upstairs.
Oh no.
So I was a little scared. Dustin asked me, he said, you want to stream tonight? I said, yeah. He said, I'm not scared. I said, I am a little bit. That's why I got the sleeping beast up there. I don't think she's asleep yet though, so that's probably the issue. I'm gonna add in one rock here because I just want to see what happens if I add this in. Crazy how just one rock can make something so much harder.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's way too hard.
Just wall ride that right side, come on.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, but
It'll do that.
it'll also do that.
Oh yeah, get that fancy stuff. You put that rock there and you went around it?
Yeah.
That's probably them MTRs.
I know, right? Dude, Chuck Jones. Chuck Jones for president.
Man, you're gonna get this thing all wound up in here. Oh yeah.
I need to widen the mouth out just a little bit. I gotta go. Dude, I gotta go to bed. I'll be here all night. You understand? This is how it happens, man. Every single stream, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. Like 30 minutes later, I'm like,
Great.
I gotta go.
Yep.
Okay.
You got her now.
That's it.
It means business now.
Oh yeah, she's way out there.
There you go.
That's the line right there.
Yep, that's nice.
That is nice, isn't it? All right, that'll do for tonight, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm super tired. Next time you guys see this will all be built because I'll do this when I'm in meetings.